Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Banter Bros podcast. Just to tell you a little bit about what we do here. We discuss various different topics. We talk about anything and everything. If you have some ideas out there, let us know. But we're going to get past all that. What we're doing today is I'm going to ask you what you want to do. What's been up with you? What's been going on in your life?
I am Minnie, by the way.
I'm sorry. I didn't intro my names. I'm sorry. I did a horrible intro there. But yes, I'm Damien. This is Minnie.
You sort of. It's been a minute. We skipped like a week. So
Yeah. I'm a little.
I can see it's kind of my fault. I was in North Carolina, but yeah, you just gotta shake the rust off.
Yeah.
Gotta shake the rust off. But yeah, no. I had a pretty eventful, past week. I went to North Carolina. I had a lot of fun there with my older brother and his girlfriend, and I saw my half brother, and also with my mom, and I saw a bunch of her, my family, but her side of the family, and it was fun. I had a lot of, I saw a lot of the places that I, grew up, houses I lived in, stuff like that, like school that I went to in elementary school and stuff like that, and that was it was a fun trip.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
700 freaking Snapchat.
Well, that was the zoo. Yeah, the zoo. Yeah,
was,
that's the zoo I went to when I was a kid. And you kept saying that you told me
I wanted to see it. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
send me some pictures. I was expecting, like a picture of a lion. And
No,
I got the whole fucking zoo.
No, that wasn't even the whole zoo.
Yeah, I know. You said there was Asia was knocked down.
Asia, well, not knocked down. It was under construction. That Asia section was under construction, and there were some habitats that didn't have animals in it, and I did miss some pictures and videos and stuff like that. But overall, it was a fun trip. Everything was a lot smaller than I remember because when I was a kid, I guess it was because I was smaller. So like driving around, I was like, this is a lot like. I lived in a small town, mountain area. It's not like it's not that big. Especially back when I was growing up, it wasn't what it is today. But everything seemed a lot closer together. Like, I remember, I thought the daycare that I went to was, far away from this place, and then we drove around the corner and was there. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I don't remember.
That was such a long drive.
I felt like it was such a long drive, but everything was really close together, opposed to my memory, because my memory, I thought everything was, further spread apart. I thought things were bigger than they were. A lot of the house we lived in, I was like, that's a lot smaller than I remember. I thought the house was pretty big, but I was really young, and plus I'm already a short guy, so back then I was even fucking shorter. So, but yeah, no, I had that was fun. Then Thanksgiving, I hung out with you. We had a pretty good Thanksgiving. My phone that I just bought, just got a new phone. That's the one bad thing that happened this week was the phone that I just bought, because my last phone broke, just up and stopped working on me. I had to go get it repaired the day after Thanksgiving, which was fun.
I saw the disappointment. Like, you were just sitting over there, hands on your head. You were just so mad.
Yeah.
You didn't want to. You were like, I can't even eat.
Yeah. No. It's just it. I expect things to work in my life, and I don't know why I keep expecting them to when they just don't. Nothing ever goes the way that I want it to or planned it to go.
Yeah.
And it's kind of every single time it happens, I get the same disappointment and the same oh my god, I cannot believe this is happening. But at this point, I should be like, this is normal.
Right.
this is my life. This is my life. This is this is just how it is. This is how it goes. But other than that, nothing really too eventful. North Carolina was a lot of fun. We went and I got you a shot glass that you didn't bring home, still sitting at my house because you forgot it.
And I literally just picked you up. I'll pick it up. We'll grab it when I take you home.
Okay, because it's just I get you something and you just don't even appreciate it.
I literally told I told you, I was like, because you were asking me what you want for Christmas and everything, and then we were looking at all the alcohol shit. Those mojito cups. That's why I was like that. The shot glass you got me kind of looked like a mojito or the Moscow Mule cups.
No, I saw it and I really liked it, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I'll get it for Damien, and then whenever I go over there, I can use it too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Be taking shots out of that.
I'm
we need to get some sake. so we can like authentically open that bitch up, because that's what I mean. That's basically what that is. That's like a sake shot glass, basically, is what it really looks like. But no, and then I got Maggie that polar bear. Which I don't know if she's still.
Yeah, she's still been playing with it.
Cool.
She had it upstairs. She was like going to bed, and she was like, I need to have polar bear. Uncle Minnie got me polar bear, and I was like, you can take your polar bear, bro. You can go down, lay down with it. It's cool. But
yeah, I mean that's basically it. I mean, went to the zoo, was really fun time, really enjoyable. We plan to go back for a longer time when we do go back, which we are planning to go back, but I don't know when. But when we go back, we definitely want to be there for longer than we were. We weren't there for really that long. It felt like it was over quicker than it started, you know. And then, I mean, my mom's side of the family, someone's getting married in Las Vegas at some point, and so they invited us, and they want us to go down and, you know, go to, and I was like, fuck yeah, I love Vegas. Vegas is so much fun. I went, I basically went by myself. Yeah, Christian was there. Sorry, Christian, I need to listen. Christian was there, but I mean, he wasn't really doing much, you know. He didn't have any money. He was
just following you.
He couldn't drink, you know, I mean, well, in the hotel we did, but, you know, he was 20. He wasn't 21 yet. So, you know,
you can't really do anything with that when you're not.
When you're in Vegas, I mean, what are you going to do when you're not 21, you know? I mean, that's you go to Vegas to get fucked up, gamble, and, you know, do, not heinous, but, you know, do, you know, like, you know, crazy shit. That's what you go to Vegas for, you know? Like some hangover.
Vegas stays in Vegas.
Like some hangover type shit, you know? Like that type of shit. And, I mean, I had a really good fucking time in Vegas. I'm sure Christian did, too. He keeps saying he was robbed, but he wasn't robbed. I'm sorry, Christian. Once again, I know you listen to this, but he wasn't robbed. He just gave them his money because I was like, dude, you weren't robbed. You
started handing out money to them.
Like, the people, because there was black kids. I wouldn't say they were kids. They were probably around our age. They were standing on the strip. They were handing out CDs. And I was a little inebriated. Usually, you know, I just walk by something like that, but I was inebriated. I was like, "Fuck yeah, cool. I'll support you." And I took some CDs, and I was like, "Hell yeah!" And they were like, "Yeah, and we're also like just trying to raise a little bit of money so we can like sort of take this off the ground." I was like, bet. So I handed him I had a lot of money in Vegas. So I handed him I think I handed him like $15-20. I was like, there you go. He's like, thanks, dude. He was like, you got anything for the rest of us? You know, each of us need a. I was like, nah, dude, that's all I got. He saw in my wallet. I had like bills upon bills in there, and he was like, all right, all good. And I put the wallet back in my pocket. I look over at Christian, and he's just 20, and just handing out fucking money to them. I'm like, what? And then he was like, dude, they robbed me. I was like, they didn't rob you. You gave them your money. I'm sorry. And he was like, well, if I didn't, I was like,
I mean, if they were robbing him, they would have definitely robbed you after
and
they saw the money.
My thing is no one's gonna rob you in the middle of the strip when there's fucking hundreds of people walking around you.
Right.
I'm sorry. Unless you're a homeless crackhead, you're not gonna do that. Right. These were not homeless these were not homeless crackheads. These were just some young black guys who were, you know, just handing out their CDs because they want to be, you know, rappers. That's it. That's all they would. And they just saw you handing out money, so they took fucking advantage. Guess what? If I was in their position, I would have done the same fucking shit. Right. Right. Sorry, Christian. I apologize. I put you on blast. But yeah. So that was, you know, so it was a good week. I had a pretty good week.
Nothing's been up for me, bro. I've just been, you know, obviously Thanksgiving and everything like that. That was fun. Cleaning the garage was another cool thing. When you were gone,
I saw the video when you sent it to me. Yeah,
bro, that was insane when we got all the shit back in there, and it was just.
It looks nice. Dude, it looks nice.
Dude, it's not even like fully done yet. Like they still have to pack all that shit up in boxes, and we're gonna build like those fucking. I'm gonna say TikTok. Like crate things. I know you don't like TikTok, but like
brain rot is
they
what that is.
They watch the TikToks and shit, and they have there's this guy on there that they've seen that does he does like garage DIY stuff that just like helps storage and shit like that, and he builds these racks with these black and yellow totes. You can get them at Costco and shit like that, and he builds the racks where they all kind of fit in and they all store away, and we have that little lip in the garage, and so we can build it that same width, and those boxes are the same width as that little lip, so we're just gonna put it all against that back wall and then have like other shit on there, but it'll definitely, it's gonna look really good when we're done. I can't believe we're putting all this money into it too.
You said racks.
What?
I said, you said racks.
Stupid.
Stupid. Exactly. Just like TikTok.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But nothing else has really been going on in my life except for that.
And work. You've
And
just been
I'm
working a bunch.
that's just
Yeah.
manager bullshit. Not even a manager. I'm an assistant manager.
And not even a
basically-
good one at that. I mean,
No.
did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I'm not a good one. No, all I do is my job.
Oh, trust me. I tell fucking Andrew and Danny all the time. I'm like, dude, you see this assistant manager? I'll like point at you. Like, you see this assistant manager we got? He can't read. He can barely speak.
I'm just making it, bro. I'm just.
And he's our assistant manager. This is the guy we have. That tells you what the rest of us are good for.
I kind of that kind of also like degrades them, and they kind of feel. I think they get a little upset, and then like as of recently, I feel like I'm probably gonna get let go somehow. I don't know why. I have a feeling about it for some reason, and it's because they mentioned sending. Josh Wall mentioned sending me to Ennis, and I don't want to go to Ennis because Ennis is a bad store, and like. If they send me over there, they're not sending me over there to be the head of the store. They're going to send me as another assistant manager. That means Ray doesn't like me no more, and he wants to get rid of me. Because Ray said as long as I'm working in this company, I'll keep you next to me so you don't have to, like, until you're ready to go to a store, you won't leave my side. Like, I'll always be your...
But that doesn't necessarily, it might be Josh trying to push it, but Ray might be doing some pushback. You know, you don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But-
I don't know anything because they don't tell me anything because I have a big mouth. And
You do.
I don't fucking hold hot water. That shit's fucking too hot.
You don't.
But yeah, getting into this week's thing. Back, I want to kind of fix my little intro thing, but the Banter Bros. If y'all are just now listening, basically each of us do a different topic every week. This week is my episode. Last week was Minnie's episode.
Well, technically, like, you know.
Well, the last episode was
Yeah.
Minnie's episode. So each episode we do a different host, and this week I'm the host. And the topic of this week is Florida Man. You've been watching the Florida Man. It's
Florida Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that on Netflix and
No,
stuff.
HBO.
It's HBO?
Yeah, it's
I
on
thought
HBO.
I thought it was on Netflix, but fucking yeah, you've been watching that, and that kind of like inspired this. But I already had this on the list, and I just didn't have anything for it. But I looked up some things, and I found some things that I think would be pretty fucking funny. All right, so I'm gonna give you some headlines, and I want you to kind of like guess the what happened, what's going on here.
Okay.
But I got the first one here. This one, this is like these are all from like 2023 and now.
Oh, so these are like recent things that happened. Not okay.
These are not from like all across time. This is more recent things. But Florida man caught driving booty patrol truck facing charges.
Florida man caught driving booty patrol truck facing charges.
Yes.
What
do you think he's getting charged with? What's going on? What do you think here?
Okay, so booty patrol. Well, I'm starting with that. What the fuck is booty patrol? What the fuck? Booty patrol truck. Maybe it's a company that. Okay, all right. So this guy, right. He loves ass.
Yeah.
So he got a job working for the booty patrol, and they drive around, right, and they look for the biggest ass they can find. All right, and they try and get these girls to come and be on the booty patrol with them, so they can recruit more big ass. And there was a girl who had a big ass, but she was like down the street, so he was running red lights, just fucking flying down the road, binoculars in hand, looking at this ass, trying to catch up to it so he could recruit her.
Right. No. Let me just read this to you. I'm sorry for my reading, guys. But there was a Florida man who taken a custom Chevy Tahoe or Chevy Suburban, and customized it with a paint job similar to the U.S. Custom Border Patrol.
Oh my God!
And
He named it Booty Patrol.
named it Booty Patrol.
Oh my God!
All right. We got a little bit more on this one.
Way better than what I was saying.
The incident has been reported several times in the state. Duplicate discoveries of the driver and multiple run-ins with the law enforcement due to his truck, even the TikTok account with his vehicle. Back in October, sheriff asked drivers to keep an eye out for booty patrol vehicles, and several spotted. It's been spotted in several other Florida counties.
What the fuck is going on in Florida, bro?
It's Florida, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That the sheriff had to go up and be like, "Watch out for booty patrol trucks." Like, that's crazy. That's fucking insane, dude. Wow.
All right, this one I don't think you're gonna be able to. I think it's exactly what it is. Like this one, you're gonna be able to guess pretty quick because it's exactly what it is.
Throw it at me.
But Florida woman, because it's not just Florida man. There's Florida women.
Oh, trust me, I know.
All right, so you got Florida women calls Sugar Daddy Appreciation Day on the Board of Meetings.
Oh, so she went to the board. Her county board,
state, yeah,
the board, like the board of her county or wherever, her town hall or whatever the hell, and was like, hey, we need Sugar Daddy Appreciation Day. I want to make this a national holiday or a state holiday. We need this. Sugar daddies need more appreciation. I'm a gold digger, and my sugar daddy needs some appreciation for the amount of money he's given me to, give him the goods.
You're kind of there. But this goes a lot deeper. Okay, so this one
like
is
the sugar daddy.
This in this Florida woman's tale of a spiritual successor of the last year, as Florida mistress deems taxpayer-funded BDSM Dungeon City Commission meetings.
What was that word that you just said?
Commission. Sorry, not commission. Commission or whatever.
Commission?
Commission, yeah. Commission meetings. So a woman is took a podium at the planning and zoning board meeting with the unusual request.
Yeah, the usual request.
Yeah. This one says appreciation of by the older gentleman. She asked the board to decide March 10th as Sugar Daddy and Sugar Daddy and Mommy Appreciation Day. And then it says, this is a quote from her. It says, "You guys may not be aware, but Florida has the largest per capita population of sugar daddies in the U.S." She says, pointing out that South Florida has the most concentration populated of these age benefactors. Yeah. And then the board was puzzled by her request, is what it says at the end of that. It just says the board was puzzled by her request.
I think I know what my next episode is going to be. It's going to be a game show called Can Damien Read This?
No, I cannot. All right. I got another one for you. Florida man says high-speed chase felt like GTA. The video game, it says.
Yeah. So man stole car and started running from the police, and he had 5 stars on his ass. Helicopter chasing after him and everything. He went to the alleyway, turned off his lights, cops drove right by, and then he lost all his stars.
Yes.
Except he got arrested.
So this, I'm gonna cut out the top part because the top part's just a shout out to the fucking game coming out, and it's all about GTA 6 is all about Florida and whatever. It says, but according to the Collier County Sheriff Office, the chase ensued after deputies
Ensued.
Ensued after deputies clocked the 22-year-old driving at 117
Jesus
miles per hour
Christ.
on I-75. He was ignoring deputies' lights and sirens, top speed of 120 before exiting the interstate. On the drive to jail, the driver told the deputies that it felt like he was in GTA the video game, and yeah, according to the sheriff's office.
Was he on PCP?
No, he was just a 22-year-old, and he just was like, you know what? I'm gonna be in this game, and I need to make myself fucking known. Okay.
That's insane. That's that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Fucking 22-year-old. Fucking wow. Kids these days, man. Kids these days.
All right. Shirtless Florida man was found climbing trees like Tarzan after police chase.
So, man who's running from the cops, he's probably on something. He's on some type of drug because he's shirtless. And so he was running from the cops for doing something probably, bad, I'd assume. And he just decided to start climbing a tree like Tarzan. That's the only thing I can glean from that. He's probably, my biggest thing is he's probably on drugs. I think he's on drugs.
No, I don't think he's on drugs, but this one's pretty. I mean, the motherfucker climbed a tree.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Police lost sight of Florida man after chase, but it wasn't long before they discovered his usual hiding spot.
A tree.
Port Orange police officers found him hiding up in a large oak tree. Body cams show the officer telling the Florida man to come down from the tree, warning him not to run or they'll send the canine after him. He moved down towards the end of the tree, appearing to run away, as the officers described on the over the radio. He's literally in the trees right now, trying to climb the trees like Tarzan. Officer said shortly after the man was caught falling from the camera, swinging from the tree, falling.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
What the fuck? He
actually-
had to be on something, dude.
I'll actually show you the video of that. They have the body cam video linked in this thing. I'll pull that one up and show you. That was pretty funny.
He has to be on something, dude. There's no fucking way he's not on drugs. There's no way. I believe he's on something.
Right. All right. You ready for this one?
Sure. Go ahead.
Florida man hides in a chest using a whiteboard to evade the deputies.
Hides in a chest?
It says hides in chest using whiteboard to evade enemies. Or deputies, sorry, not enemies.
So he hides in a chest, so he's running from the cops. He sees a chest of some sort and hops inside of it. But then the cops, they see him in the chest. There's a whiteboard in this chest. So when they find him, he picks up said whiteboard and just starts swinging it at the deputies. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck back. And tries to fight the deputies with a whiteboard.
No. You got that one wrong, buddy.
I think I'm going to get all these wrong.
Yeah.
I can't think like a Florida man.
This Florida man tried to evade the deputies, though unconventionally means, I don't know. Was it unconventionally?
The Florida man tried to evade deputies through unconventional means.
Unconventional means. That's what it was. I'm fucking dyslexic. When they attempted to arrest him for
Evading?
No. Aggravated battery. I knew how to say that word. It wasn't coming out. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said, Sheriff's Office, the sheriff, what? Why is it worded like that? It said, the that was ending the first sentence or whatever. It was saying the Polk County Sheriff's Office said, and then it says the Sheriff's Office said deputies went to look for Johnny Yates, 41, only to be greeted by a whiteboard with a message saying that Johnny Yates does not live here. Seems legit, right? Well, the deputies didn't think so, and the sheriff's office said that deputies saw a person leaving the home when they told who told them that Johnny wasn't inside. Several other people, and then I think I got the screenshot. Yeah. No, I didn't get the end of that. So, but the end of this one, they fucking run in the house after the lady leaves that said he wasn't there, and they search the whole house, and they all leave except for one officer, and then they fucking find him running out.
Sounds about right.
And he's like, he was like hiding in the chest inside there. He basically told them, he was like, yeah. They were like, where were you hiding in the house? We tore that whole house up. He goes, I was hiding in one of the chests, and it was just like an old chest thing. There's a video on that one too. There's a body cam footage.
That's. Well, I guess there's one way to do it. You know, if he probably would have stayed hidden if he never got out.
Yeah, I really think so.
And that lady that said that he's not there, she's gonna get arrested too.
Yeah,
because she was aiding and abetting.
For real. And then she just left. She was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. They're coming for you. But Florida woman tries to bring 4-foot emotional support snake on a plane.
I think I know what that one entails. 4-foot emotional support snake on plane. This is my emotional support snake. I need it for my emotional support, okay? No, you're not going to tell me I can't get on the plane without my emotional support snake. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it.
She got angry because they wouldn't let her on with the emotional support snake. Threw a big hissy fit. Cops were called. She was deboarded from the plane.
I really wish you were right on this one. You're only halfway right, but the snake was discovered by TSA officers.
Oh, she hid the snake?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So the snake was discovered by TSA officers. Wasn't allowed to board the plane, and then it says who authored this one for some reason right in the middle of this, and then it says security scanners spotted a scaly surprise when they scanned the suitcase with a 4-foot long boa constrictor. Making its way through an X-ray machine in Tampa Bay International Airport.
Jesus Christ! A boa constrictor?
4-foot boa
constrictor just in a suitcase. Like, yeah, this will get through TSA.
Yeah.
They ain't got bones. That means they can't be X-rayed.
TSA says that security officers found the snake curled up inside of a carry-on bag. It says a carry-on bag, so a small suitcase, and it wasn't a checked bag. It was a carry-on bag, which means it was the bag she was going to carry onto the plane. So it had to go through TSA, go through the metal detector, and the snake was seen. I guarantee you her thought was, it's a snake. It ain't got bones. It can't be seen through X-ray. Well, this is actually what she thinks.
Stupid woman.
The passenger says the boa constrictor was her emotional support pet, and the TSA spokesperson said the agency checked on her airline, who confirms that snakes are not allowed on this airline specifically, and planes will lose inside the... or snakes will not be allowed to be boarded on plane in a loose inside of a suitcase. Sorry, loose while inside of a suitcase.
Yeah.
And so that she thought she could just bring her bag with it. Like couldn't just bring a cage. If you could just bring like a cage or something, I guarantee that would probably like.
Maybe, but it'd have to be checked, and you probably have to pay for it extra because it's an animal. Like when I brought my cat,
she just didn't want to pay for the seat. You know?
Yeah, when I had to pay for my cat to go to Utah, it was like $100 and some odd to get him. to be able to go on the plane. So, yeah, no, and certain airlines don't allow certain animals on their aircraft. So you have to find a certain airline that would allow a snake, and then you could pay, whatever price it is, and put the snake. But it's not the snake probably wouldn't be on a carry-on with you. It would probably be checked in a cage, in with the rest of the luggage. That's probably where it would go.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, that's crazy. That's just crazy. It's like if you really need to bring your snake that bad, right? If you really need to bring your snake that bad, why not go through the process of just bring it the right way?
Right, and if it probably wasn't really an emotional support animal, because if it was, you would have papers and you would do it the right way.
Well, truly, to have an emotional support animal nowadays, you can literally just go online, fill out a couple things.
Yeah, but I don't think a snake can fit the qualifications of.
No, any animal can. You can make a barrier emotional support animal now. Like it's become so lenient. You can make anything your emotional support pet. I could make my cat my emotional support pet and bring it wherever I wanted to on a leash. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of crazy to me.
So I got another one for you, but I was gonna ask you, what you got any from the show?
I mean, I have one, but I think this episode we watched together, the main one that I really remember, was. Well, I guess I did watch one after you left, but the one that I remember most was the first episode, where the guy, he was really into this EDM guy, and really into this dubstep guy. I went to 33 of his concerts in 3 years, so he was really into this guy, and he had a concert. He had a 3-day concert coming up in Colorado, and this guy really wanted to go, but he didn't have any money. So we went on Craigslist, and he put a post on Craigslist saying, "Hey, need cash now? We'll do anything for money within reason." And then he posted it on Craigslist, and he got some responses that were like, do you have a girl that you could fuck and let me watch?" And he was like, "No." And then, "Do you want to fuck?" "No." "Do you want to fuck me?" "No." It was just a bunch of sexual requests and shit like that. And he got one that it was like, "I have something that it's my biggest fantasy, but it's not sexual." So he was intrigued. So he was like, "Okay, so what is it?" And then he called them and they talked, and basically I said, "I want you to come cut my toes off and cook them and eat them." And so the guy was like, "It's his biggest fantasy, and I need money for the concert, so might as well."
Right?
Fucking insane. So he goes and talks to this girl that he really knew, they were childhood friends or some shit like that, and he asks her what her opinion on it is and all that shit. And so she didn't tell him no, and she was like, well, whatever, let's do it. Sure, let's go. So it comes to the night they're gonna go do it, and they go and show up at this guy's house. They think he's gonna be some weirdo, yada yada yada. They, knock on the door. It's just some regular middle-aged man, who's got some money. And so they go in. He's watching the NBA Finals was on. They go in. They sit down. They having some beers and stuff. And he's setting up the area that's gonna happen. And he just has those piston shit mats you have the inside with the blue trim and the white pad on. He was just laying a bunch of those down, and he had some gauze and shit. And he's just basically just setting up a fucking redneck surgery area, I guess.
Yeah.
And he brought out a kitchen knife, and it was he opened a brand new kitchen knife, not a surgical knife or anything, just a kitchen knife, one of those big fucking steak kitchen knives, the giant ones. Mm-hmm. Brought out one of those, and then he was like, "Y'all ready?" And so they had a contract that was being signed, and the guy who was doing this was like, "Oh my god, I'm a vegan," which how the fuck do you agree to eat someone's toes and then realize right before it's happening that you're a vegan?
Oh, this is not made of plants?
It's like, come on, dude, use your fucking brain. But obviously he's not using his brain because, he's about to cut off a dude's toes and eat them to go to the concert. So the so he was gonna pay him $2,000 to do it, but the guy asked him, he's like, I'm a vegan, so like I don't even eat chicken, so can you up it to $4,000? So the guy upped it for $4,000. So they're getting ready to do it. They made a safe word. Colorado is the safe word, or Connecticut. Connecticut was the safe word because that was his, where
That's
he
where
grew
he's
up.
from, yeah.
Yeah.
I was rushing that with you.
So he starts to go do it. The first time, they make an outline on his foot where he needs to cut, so he doesn't like cut any main arteries or anything, so he doesn't bleed out. Yada yada yada. So the guy's getting ready to do it, and he's like counting down 3, 2, and then the guy goes, Connecticut, Connecticut, and then he sits up. He's like, I'm a karate teacher. I don't, I use my feet, for my karate and shit like that, and the kids, I don't want them to look at yada yada yada. So then the guy's like, well, they talk him back into doing it.
Yeah.
And then the guy rolls over on he's like, just get on your stomach so you're not looking, you don't see it. That'll probably make you feel better. So then he's like, okay, we're all ready. Okay, 3, 2, Connecticut, Connecticut, Connecticut. Another excuse. Then they go for it a third time. They talk him back into it again, and the guy who's cutting off his toes about to eat him is starting to get frustrated because he doesn't want to do it. He's starting to like hesitate and stuff like that.
Like,
so
got me out here doing this shit. Might as well.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And so then the third time, 3, 2, 1, Connecticut, Connecticut. And then he's like, I'm not ready to do this. Yada yada. I'm not going to do this. And so then they basically sit on the couch and they start drinking again, finishing the game, and it's very awkward. But then the guy ends up still sending them the money just for coming out there and trying to do it. So they still got the money for it. End up they go out there to go to the concert. Concert gets canceled because the guy who the EDM guy who was for like. Dubstep guy who was doing the concert, he basically got charges for like sexually assaulting 2 women, bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So the concert gets canceled. He ends up going back home, and he said he would never ever do anything like that again. But every now and again, he still goes on Craigslist and puts the same thing out there just to see what he gets, just to fuck around.
Yeah.
And he gets the same response, and then he's like, Is this Steve? I'm pretty sure that was his name, Steve or some shit like that. And he's like, is this Steve? And he's like, yeah. Do you remember? The guy asking, the guy who was about to cut off his toes, and he was like, is this Steve? Steve is like, yeah. And he's like, oh my god, do you remember me? And he was like, yeah. Do you want to give it another try? And he was like, no, I would never do anything like that ever again. That's fucking insane. I mean, he was in his mid-20s, so it was a crazy part of his life, dude. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm never gonna even think about doing some crazy shit like that.
Bro.
Like, I understand everyone has a price, but that price would be way too fucking high. That's insane. There's another one that's like, guy got his arm eaten off by an alligator because he was being a fucking idiot. But I know you got some more that you want to go through, so
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. There's a couple of them.
But no, y'all should definitely check out the show on HBO. It's Florida Man. It's pretty good. There's some pretty funny, crazy stories on there. But yeah, no. The one that me and Preston were watching, it had what's his name? Little Asian guy, little chubby. He's a comedian. Little bit of facial hair. He has a podcast. I know you know who I'm talking about, Damien. Asian guy, comedian. He has a podcast with the red-haired dude.
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee, yes.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee, he was one of the people in the one that me and Preston were watching, which I thought was fucking hilarious. It was
Yeah.
great.
All right, I got one for you here. This one was an honorable mention on the website that I was getting all this stuff from. This one is Beer Belly Wrestler evades arrest, obstacle course on tap for inaugural. That's a weird word.
What? Beer Belly Wrestling evading arrest obstacle course on tap for inaugural Florida Man Games.
Yeah, I was right. Inaugural.
Just the way you're saying it.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what? But yeah, this one. Yeah. Go that way.
I have no idea.
What do you mean?
What?
You have no idea?
No.
What do you mean you don't know?
Beer Belly for tap for.
It's a beer belly wrestler evades arrest, obstacle course on tap for inaugurational Florida Man game.
There's a Florida Man game.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm like,
It's the Florida Man games.
Beer belly wrestler, sure, yeah, evaded cops through obstacle course. I can assume what that means. There was a beer belly wrestler who did some shit and was running away from the cops, and he ran through an obstacle course, probably one of those like bounce house obstacle course type things. What is what I can assume, but I don't know the rest because I don't know what the fucking Florida Man games is.
Yeah. Although this is not a specific Florida man, but it is a viral phenomenon that has inspired what promises to be the most insane athlete showdown on Earth, is what it says. It says the contest in the inauguration Florida Man Games includes beer belly wrestling, and then evading rest is two of the different things you like. Beer belly wrestling and then evading arrest is two of the games.
Two of the events.
Yeah, they're two of the games. All right, and then they're both obstacle courses with constant jumps over fences and yards while being chased by real police officers, according to organizers. And then basically, the competition is planned for next February in St. Augustine, Florida, and the beer belly wrestling is that I'm assuming you have to you got to wear like a beer belly, or you just have to have a beer belly, and then it's straight up just running through fences, jumping over fences, and running through yards and shit, and like just evade, and you have real cops chasing you down and shit.
That's crazy.
Like, bro, I would like I after reading that, like I definitely
That sounds like it'd be fun.
let's go do the Florida Man game. Let's see if we can fucking commit, bro.
It doesn't sound like it'd be too bad of a that sounds like it'd be a fun time.
I mean, yeah, for you just be right over the fence. I mean,
Yeah,
my ass would fucking really beer belly.
I'd actually evade the police.
Yeah. I wouldn't evade the fence and fucking get caught by the police.
No, you just have to go through the fence.
Yeah, if it's a wood fence, easy. I'm running through that motherfucker. But
thinks he can run straight into it.
Wood
Just
fence,
knocks himself the fuck out.
I've seen this shit in the movies. Yeah. There was that one.
Bounces right off.
Florida man joyrides in a stolen ambulance, ends up at the sheriff's office.
Florida man in stolen ambulance ends up at the sheriff's office.
Yeah. Well, it says ends at the sheriff's office. So a Florida man joyrides in a stolen ambulance at the ends at the sheriff's office.
So he stole an ambulance, was joyriding that bitch, driving down the fucking street, flipping the lights on, just swerving through traffic and shit, having a good old jolly time. And they realize this ambulance is not, it's been reported stolen and shit like that. So the sheriff starts chasing, sheriff goes after him, chases him down, arrests him, and brings him back to the sheriff's office. Or does he stop at the sheriff's office to return the ambulance?
Let's find out, buddy. Let's find out. This Florida man led deputies to a chase that ended at their front door. All right. The Columbia County deputy was assisting paramedics with a man experiencing a altered mental state and possibly under the influence of drugs.
Sounds about right.
Those are in quotation marks. And then it says, according to the sheriff's office, the patient climbed into the front of the ambulance, sped off the ambulance, and eventually drove onto the front lawn of the sheriff's office operating center, and bringing the chase to a crashing end.
That's hilarious. He crashed at the sheriff's office. That's fucking hilarious.
They were like, I could only imagine like the hospital was like across the street and the sheriff's office is right there, and he was just sitting at the ER thing. And they were trying to like work on him because he was all fucked up on drugs, and then he was just like, "Whoa, back out! I'm crazy!" And then just jumped to the front and then hit the front. Like I feel like he just put that bitch in drive and then slammed on the gas.
Yes.
Wasn't even looking.
Went straight into the sheriff. He was like, "What the fuck?" And the sheriff's office was like, "Wait a second. Thanks, dude.
You did our job for us.
Yes.
Yes. We got that one.
How many more you think we got?
I got plenty more. They're just like, like this one. It says it's huge in quotation marks, and it says a Florida man finds an iguana in his toilet.
We found an iguana in his toilet.
Yeah.
So he just went to take a shit, looks down, sees iguana, and goes, "It's fucking huge."
It's his nightmare fuel. A Florida man discovers an unwelcome guest in his home after invasive iguana decides to hide out in his toilet. And then this is quotations, I'm assuming, from him. He says, "I don't know if it was looking for a spa day or what, but it was huge," he said. I don't know how it got there. There. It's spelled DHER.
I don't know how it got there.
And then it says, while hoping the iguana was relocated, it wasn't likely release captured iguanas. Capturing iguanas is prohibited per Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. So basically, you can't
Right.
catch iguanas.
Yeah.
I actually had 2 iguanas. I told you that before, right? We had 2 iguanas. We had Charizard and then Izzy or Izzard, something like that. I remember Charizard because we named it after Pokemon. And then Mom didn't even know what Charizard was, so she was like pointing at this Pokemon. She was like, "What's this Pokemon?" And I was like, "That's Charizard, Mom." Like,
Yeah, and
I was like, "Bro,
not everyone knows Pokemon, dude.
but like we named, like, even my dad knew that. Like, my dad was like, we named it after a Pokemon named Charizard,
Yeah,
and
it's more of like a guy's thing.
yeah, I guess I don't know.
Pokemon.
I mean, my mom was
more-
around me all the time, and I was playing games, and I played Pokemon and
More,
stuff like
more
that.
males watch Pokemon, and it's probably not even in her head. I didn't really know what Pokemon was. The only Pokemon I know are Charmander, Pikachu, and Charizard. Those are really the only ones that I know. Oh, and Diglett.
Yeah.
Diglett. I know that one because that video.
What about Geodude,
I
the
don't.
rock guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sure, yeah,
The-
I guess. But the one that come to mind of those, Diglett, only because that, remember that video that came out a while ago, a long time ago? It was like the newscaster, and it was like, it was different names for Pokemons. That one was, something that I can't say.
Yeah.
that was a funny video. That's the main reason I remember Diglett.
All right, we got another one for you. I think you can kind of guess the story on this one. But I want you to give me a good story on this one. All right,
I'm gonna do my best.
Come up with the funniest shit you can think of. All right.
Oh God, you're putting
Says-
too much eggs in my basket.
A wanted Florida woman was found hiding inside of a couch.
Wanted Florida woman was found hiding inside of a couch. So she was wanted for doing something. I'm going to say she was wanted for assault and battery because her fucking man's cheated on her and she went and fucked him up. And so then she went home and she was like, oh shit, the cops are after me. So she removes the cushions from her couch, hops in that bitch, puts the cushions on top of her. Here's the cops knocking at the door. Gets real quiet. The cops bust down the fucking door. They walk in. This bitch is hiding in the couch. She's like, they ain't never gonna find me. They ain't gonna find my ass. I'm in the couch. They ain't gonna never check the couch. And then a couch cushion moves. And she's like, oh shit, they fucking found me.
You're pretty damn close, bud. You're pretty damn close. In a scene straight out of a sitcom, Always Sunny in Florida, this Florida woman was caught on camera emerging from the inside of the couch after a failed attempt to hide from deputies. The 39-year-old was wanted on parole violation for selling of fentanyl and unlawfully use of 2 ways of communication devices. unlawfully
Unlawful use of communication devices.
of 2 ways of communication devices,
What
according
the
to
fuck
the
does that even mean?
and according to the Citrus County Sheriff's Office.
What the fuck does that even mean? You use your cell phone wrong.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
You don't know how to use your home phone, and you don't know how to use your regular phone.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Unlawful use of communication device. Maybe she stole
Yeah, like there's the picture on that one. She's literally like
inside the car.
Yeah, like she's under. It looked like she was like partially
maybe
underneath
she
the
stole
springs.
like a police radio or some shit, or I don't know. That's really weird. Unlawful use of communication device. That's weird. I wanna look that up. See what the
Yeah,
fuck that
like
is.
I don't even know. It doesn't even. That's it too. It doesn't even say anything else. It just says that's. It didn't even give her a name. It just says a 39-year-old woman.
Huh. Unlawful use of communication devices.
Unlawful use of communication devices.
You're unlawfully using your cell phone. Put the cell phone down.
All right, I'm gonna have to get a little more Wi-Fi.
We got 10 minutes left. I can.
You can come up with something. I'm gonna keep letting this load, so I'm gonna get one more.
I have one that I don't know if you were there for. The one where the guy blew up the guy's trailer.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
The guy blew up the guy's trailer because they were like, so they were on this dating website or whatever, and they basically hit each other up and shit like that, and they started talking, and then they started dating. They were basically like, they were in a crazy relationship, and like they got into fights all the time. Then this one guy, the one guy wanted to bring another person into the relationship, and the other guy got really upset about it. I'm trying to remember this as best I can. I'm saying this guy, that guy, but I'm trying to remember this as best I can. And so basically, like what started happening was they were arguing all the time, and then the guy who owned the trailer, he called it the Empire. He called his trailer the Empire, and basically what happened is they were getting into fights all the time, and the one guy got kicked out because he was trying to be with this other dude, and they were always fighting, and there was this situation where the one guy got off work, and the other guy who was there, who didn't own the trailer, he had just made dinner, and he liked cooking, and the guy who just got home basically dumped all the food into the trash can, and like they started fighting. And so then the guy who made the dinner went into the fridge and took out his 6-pack of Budweiser and just started pouring it all into the trash can, and they started getting into bigger fights, and then eventually the one guy like wanted him out of the house, so he like basically moved out or whatever the fuck. But then he was like, I'm gonna get my revenge, so he went back and he wore a bull onesie, like a onesie that was like, you know, basically like sort of like the costume of a bull. Went back, started stealing shit. They took an air conditioner, a vacuum, and something else. And then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna get even more back at him. He turns on, it was a gas stove, so he turns on the gas in the stove and then leaves a lighter sitting on the counter, and then they leave. And, you know, he was basically trying to blow up his trailer, and then they leave. And then they, for some reason, they turn back to go back and do something. And when they turn around to go back, and the sheriff is walking out of the house. I think they went back to make sure it actually, like, went up. Like, they wanted to actually see it, like, in flames and shit like that. They wanted to confirm that it was burning down or whatever the fuck. So they turn around to go back. They go back, and the sheriff and his deputy are walking out of the trailer. They had put out the fire, which was small, and they were walking out of the trailer, and they pulled up as the sheriff was walking out, so they got arrested. Yeah. But that's the basic gist of it. There's another one with a witch, a mermaid.
Yeah, the witch one was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, a witch, a mermaid, and the corrupt cop.
We got one here for you. This one, I started laughing at it, and I had to click on the thing because the guy's fucking face looks so fucking hilarious. But it says Florida man accused of throwing Chihuahua off a hotel balcony like a football, deputy says.
Jesus Christ. So Mans was high on something and was like, I bet I could throw this Chihuahua to the other side of this roof. So he picks up his Chihuahua like it's a football, prepares to throw it, and just chunks that bitch. Doesn't go that far. Chihuahua begins to fall off balcony.
There's the mugshot of the guy.
That looks about like a guy who throws a Chihuahua like a football.
For real, bro. But it says a Florida man was taken to jail after throwing a dog off a balcony, causing the animal to break several bones, according to Lee County Sheriff's Office. Daniel Sohuja?
Nah, the Chihuahua chewed up his shoes or some shit, and he was like, "Fucking stupid dog," and threw him off the fucking balcony.
Bro, some whatever this kid's 30 of Fort Myers was arrested on charges of aggravated animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Aggravated. Deputies responded to the Blue Pearl Animal Hospital on Sunday, recording injuries of a 3-year-old Chihuahua named Raven.
3 years old. That's fucked up.
And his name was Raven.
He was trying to get the raven to fly. He was trying to get the raven to spread its wings and fly. It was a baby bird, and he was like, "It's time for you to leave the nest, bitch." And so he threw that bitch off the balcony.
That's why I was laughing whenever I first read it, because I said I read football, and then I saw that guy's face, and I was like, he looks like he played football. But
He said, "Your name is Raven.
you
You must be a raven.
Fly." Investigators soon learned that the man identified as whatever his last name, Souyesa. It's Sousa.
Sosa?
Sosa.
Sosa?
Sosa.
Sousa?
Sosa.
Sosa?
I was gonna put USA.
Sosa or Sousa? Sosa, something like that.
But apparently that guy had told his employee that the dog had been tossed off the balcony by a friend like a football, deputies said. Raven is suffering multiple fractures, including broken legs,
Fractures.
Fractures, yes. Including broken legs and broken mandibles.
Damn, poor fucking dog. My friend did it. He threw the fucking puppy off the fucking roof. It wasn't me.
Yeah, this is still talking about his fucking dog. I don't want to hear about the dog. I want to hear about what the guy had to say. They didn't give a fuck. But yeah, there was one. That one. There's another one that says Riverview substitute teacher arrested for masturbating in classroom during lunch break.
Male or female?
Black dude.
Oh my
Male.
God.
He looks like he shouldn't be a teacher. You know, he's not even a substitute. Like,
What the fuck? So he just pulled up some porn on his computer and just started going to town, I guess. That's fucking crazy.
it's
There's one, I think this happened in Texas. I'm pretty sure there was teachers who was fucking in the classroom, but he doesn't look like. I mean,
he doesn't look like a substitute teacher.
In the mugshot, his eyes look a little crazy, but I don't think he looks like that. Like he doesn't look like the type of person.
Hair blow.
He doesn't. He doesn't look like
He doesn't look like a substitute teacher.
No, I'm sorry. If he walked in and was my substitute, I believe he's my substitute.
If he walked in and said I was a substitute,
no, I'm not
yes,
even
I
saying that. If he walked into a school, I think he's a substitute. Like you can't just assume somebody is something or not something. But I mean, I don't think he doesn't. If he looked like he was on crack or some shit, sure, I'd be like, yeah,
Right.
he doesn't look like he'd be. But he doesn't look like a fucking unorthodox guy. He looks like a pretty well maintained guy based on his hair and he's a little chubby, but he doesn't look like a terrible fucking person. But if he came in and was a substitute, I'd be like, he doesn't look like a crackhead or anything like that. But he did some fucking crazy heinous shit and masturbated in a fucking classroom. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. So according to Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Harvey Colts, 26 years old, was a substitute teacher at Bridge Prep Academy in Riverview. And it says on May 13th, 2 students walked into Cole alleviating masturbating
Let me
allegedly masturbating, allegedly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got that. I saw it. I was like, allegedly. That's what that says. Allegedly masturbating in classroom during the lunch break, according to HCSO, the school, reporting the incident to law enforcement the next day. Cole was placed on administration leave. A warrant administrative leave. And then a warrant was issued for Cole's arrest on Wednesday. He was taken into custody. And then...
Service Mariah, you don't do that shit in a fucking classroom. Do it in your own fucking house like a normal person.
Yeah, this man's actions are utterly irreparable and completely... violation and of the trust placed in educators. The sheriff said, I don't want to mess up his name, Conister. Yeah, don't want to mess up his name. It continues to mess up his name, but yeah, he basically said this is like really bad behavior, and he'll never escape justice. And I'm like, he's 26 years old. He's probably trying to be a teacher, and he was like just doing a little bit of substituting.
Damn, fucking idiot.
Yeah, but there's I can go on and on. This whole list right here is just some crazy ones. All of them have to do with drugs and either a Florida man or a Florida woman. I have a bunch of them, but yeah, I think Florida should just not be.
The crazy thing about Florida is they have this sunshine law. I'm pretty sure it's called or some shit like that. Basically, anytime someone's booked and taken a mugshot, you can find their mugshot and everything about them online. Like everything about the crime, what happened to them, you can find it all online. So it's not like, hidden information is public information.
That's why it's so known. Because I mean, like, this shit happens. I guarantee there's like shit like this.
There's the shit that happens everywhere.
Yeah.
But Florida is the most well known because of that law that basically as soon as the mugshot's taken, as soon as the information about the case is put in, it's immediately released to the public. So it's like as soon as everything comes out,
it's a retirement state. Like old people want to know what the fuck's going on. They're like, we got to know who are our enemies or who are the public enemy number one.
Florida be a crazy place.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't live out there. Iguanas just running rabid, bro. That's fucking.
Fucking. What the fuck are you talking about? Iguana, alligators, my guy.
Yeah, alligators. I'm like, they're dangerous and shit, but I'm not gonna get in the water. That's the thing.
You don't have to get in the water. You get close to the water. Iguana, they're not gonna fuck with you. Iguanas aren't fucking.
No, them motherfuckers vicious, bro.
No, they are not.
They're not vicious, but they'll fucking chase your ass.
Okay,
they got
it's
claws.
a fucking iguana.
Okay,
kick it the fuck away.
I know.
It's not a fucking alligator. It's like a chicken chasing after you and be like, oh my god, it's a fucking chicken. Just kick the bitch away. Yeah, chicken's got claws. Who gives a fuck? You can kick that bitch away.
Yeah. I feel like Florida is like
can't kick an alligator away.
Like when Australia, Australia's got its crazy shit, but I feel like Florida's just like our Australia, like
I don't think Australia's got that much crazy shit.
I mean, they got all the the dangerous shit like fucking snakes and spiders and fucking all that shit.
You're thinking about Africa.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Fucking what's it called? Australia's like #1 snake and spider capital. That's like all the.
Yeah, but Africa. I think Africa and Australia, because Africa got those big ass fucking spiders that they'll be on your fucking roof. In Australia too, they'll be like on the ceiling of your fucking house. Giant fucking spiders as big as your fucking head.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
a spider as big as your head. That I feel like
Africa. You have fucking lions and leopards and shit running through your fucking neighborhood. like.
Oh shit! Hey. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for listening. Remember, just like, subscribe, share the video, hit that notification bell,
comment.
Yeah, please let us know. I really need some help.
The main thing is like and subscribe. please just like and subscribe. We would like y'all to share if y'all can. If y'all have people that listen to podcasts, that enjoy listening to podcasts, send them our way. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But let us know what y'all think. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know, what we could do different. Just, let us know. Damien needs help with ideas, okay? Give Damien ideas.
Yeah, give me plenty of ideas. You give me the idea, I'll pull it up, I'll research it, and I'll make sure I have an episode planned.
We're sitting at about 90 views, and we only have 16 subscribers, so I think something might be off there. So if you're listening to us regularly, just subscribe, It doesn't cost anything. It's free.
Yeah.
It's free to subscribe, free to like, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Share. Continue, Damien. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. No, I like that. I like every time you steal my outro. But everyone, thank y'all again. And podcast out.